Hello and welcome to my second attempt at Quest 6, Temple Grounds Lookout. Why it is my second attempt? Because on the first I got totally smashed. Nara and Anari got down immediately. Nara especially was sad because she was my healer I relied on, so the tactic of Guardian of Love and Lover's Bond was a total mess and didn't work at all. So I will try a second time. And this time I remember to flip the first Chaos card. And we immediately spawn a tier 3 hostile 2 spaces away from the lowest number encounter. Towards the entrance, no encounters are on the field, spawn the hostile once. Okay, starting strong. The only Marauder, already here. Also, with all of these having activation points. This is once again a really bad start. So here we are, and then we are having 3 activation points for the Oni Marauder, and the heroes are all crouched because of the Mind Invasion rule. And since the Oni Marauder is here and it is the active turn, closest enemy special activate first. So the Oni Marauder activates first, 1-2 spaces, and it will immediately attack. And this is really bad because it gives me flashbacks to the first game. So it goes up to here. Nara and Anari will use their Foresight ability, which will most likely do nothing. The Oni Marauder will try to hit Anari because she has the lowest defense value. And this immediately causes the heroes to scatter. So every hero makes a dodge roll. Let's see. Anari, as I said, and Nara using their Foresight. Let's see if the Oni Marauder hits with 14 or less. 14 and 10, these are 2 hits. So all heroes will use the dodge activation. Anari with a 14 fails. Sagan with a 14 fails. Theros with a 20 fails, and Nara with a 2 at least succeeds. Oh boy, these 2 are dodging towards, and these 2 stay where they are because the Bonewalkers have the closest enemy, which are now these 2. So let's see who stands, because these are 2 hits. Starting with Anari. Armor piercing, stagger, and yeah, with stagger all of the activation is immediately gone. So with this, let's do the except of Nara. So with this, let's see. Power 19, reduced to 17. She's down. Sagan, armor is reduced by 3, so 16 or less. These are 2 wounds. Theros, armor 2 reduced to 1, 18 or less. 2 wounds. 1, 2. And Nara dodged it successful, but Nara is the only one with an activation point remaining. The Oni Marauder once again will activate. It will attack Sagan, who's defenseless. Will Nara activate? She has an offense and defense of +3 currently, but there's no confrontation. She will stay where she is, and Sagan will be hit 1 time. And with a 19, his armor successfully prevents him from going down. Excuse me. So, but now the Bonewalkers are. It's the Bonewalker's turn, so this Bonewalker activates first. He gets +1 because 1, 2, 3 spaces to the second one. It will attack Nara. Nara on her turn will activate by using a defense action. Sadly, she only has 1 die, but because of Lover's Bound, she's at a defense of 15, while the hostile is at an offense of 11. Nara wins thanks to Lover's Bound and defeats the hostile in the confrontation roll. She has power +2 and the bleed, which is not relevant this time, and it is still no magic, so no magic, sorry, wrong opponent, I was with the Vengeful Spirit, so she has a total power of 14, reduced by the armor of 2, and the 6 is enough to put this hostile down. I will just put it to the side to mark that it is down. I could also put these 2 heroes down because they are. So, next, this hostile will activate. And closest enemy, this case is Sagan, who is defenseless. Oh, sorry, it has 2 attacks, so let me just reroll another one. 6 is still beaten by the 14 Nara had previously. So now 2 attacks against the defenseless Sagan. 15 and 8. 8 is a hit. 19 is not enough to wound, but it's a weak point towards Sagan. And he also has a second weak point because of the Oni Marauder. I just forgot to put it down. Now he has 2. And the second attack, 3 and a 6 are 2 hits. And a 9 and a 9. Power of 10 reduced by armor 6 is not enough, but these are 2 additional weak points for Sagan. So he has now a total of 4. Sorry, he can only get 1. So he has a total of 3 weak points. Now, this is getting bad because now the Oni Marauder activates. If attacked, I originally planned with one of my ranged combatants to attack him. This is not the case anymore, so 1, 2, 3. He will use the Tormented Soul attack with a reach of 3 to attack. So intelligence of 15. 4 is enough. Ignore armor, power 13 of these 2 since it's a blast large. It is reduced by half because of Sagan's warding pelt, which gives him resistance 1 spells and profane. So it is reduced by the half, meaning that it is a power of 7. Sagan is not wounded with a 13. And Nara with a 16 is also not wounded. Lucky. Very, very lucky. But the luck runs immediately out, because now the second activation of the Oni Marauder, it will get closer, and it will attack with Berserk 2, which is the sweep. It has the sweep 2. It has an offense of 13 against Nara and Sagan. Out of activation, a 13 is 1 hit. It has a total power of 19. Sagan has an armor of 6. So 19 minus 6 is 13. Sagan is down. Nara has an armor of 3 thanks to Ironhide. And 18, the Ironhide actually protected her. And now the third activation of the Blue Rasetsu. 6 and 20. The 6 is a hit. Once again, power 19 minus 3. 16 or less. 18. Okay, I already thought that this was it once and for all, but Nara, surrounded by 3 hostiles, 2 Oni and a skeleton, managed to stay alive. That is really, really, really surprising. Didn't expect of that. Yeah, and with this, at least the healer is still standing. Theros is down 2. Let's get into the first round of the heroes, with only Nara, who is not wounded. So she can enchant herself. Mana, Life Leech, the enchanted model gains 1 HP. HP for each wound dealt, gains 1 HP if the target model was incapacitated, it also gains 1 AP. This is a sorcery. Advances again undead, poison continue, cleave and poison too. Might be good against the Oni Marauder right now, because she definitely has to cast second chance. Okay, in regard that she has to cast second chance, ideally on 2 models. She's not able to attack the Oni Marauder. What has the Oni Marauder? Activate line of sight to the animal model. Melee attack. Try to hit as many. Ah, okay. And target of attack. Attack her outside of. So the Oni Marauder will activate despite everything. The Blue Rosetsu. Line of sight to enemy within 1 inch is. Ooh, okay. Both of these will react as soon as Nara activates. So basically all Nara can do is try to dodge and hope for the best in the first turn, and with the second she can activate one of the heroes who hopefully has a chance to do something. Okay, with all that said, Nara will cast Leech Life onto herself because she needs HP. She luckily has 2 HP. But yeah, with that, she casts Leech Life onto herself. She will get 3 strikes, and she has to dodge with her agility of 13. She has now range attack against here. And she has to stay alive. Yeah. Nara tries to dodge these 2 reaction. So he has 2 remaining. The Bonewalker has 2 remaining. The Oni Marauder only will have 1 remaining. Nara dodges into this field. With a 10 she successfully dodges. The Blue Rosetsu, 13 and 2 would normally be 2 hits, but thankfully she dodged. The other Oni Marauder, 18, failed to hit her. So far so good. How are we getting back from this mess? I believe I now, with Nara's second activation, I need something with an area of effect here. Frost immobilized. The target becomes immobilized on a hit until the caster's next strategic phase, which would be great. It would be not great because the Oni Marauder has here, the arc is all in the same space, and Nara would have dodged here just to be outside. Mana cost 1, enchanted model suffers 2 mana 3 armor, cannot move, declare actions. Frostbite, what does Frostbite do? Frostbite. Demon, ignore armor, knockdown, menacing. It does not say so here. Let's get the rule book. You can see this is not an easy mission. I totally underestimated it. So I will look up Frostbite and I'll let you join as soon as I have an answer. Okay, I found the Frostbite rule, which is just another wound after a toughness roll after a successful wound to get a second wound, which is not very beneficial, but I also saw that Frost has a spray of small, and the spray of small affects 3 spaces. So Anari is absolutely the one to go with. So Nara will spend her second activation to she has to activate, and she will stay here. She will activate and cast the second chance onto Anari, who receives 1 wound and 1 activation point. The Oni Marauder will activate because it is still within line of sight to Nara, and it will try to hit Nara with its attack, as 7 is beneath its defense of 10, power 16. So power 19 minus 3, 16, sorry. Natural 20, it failed to wound. Okay, in my first attempt at this, the Oni Marauder, I rolled really bad for the heroes. So far so good here. I will be carefully optimistic. Now, Anari will cast the Frost spell to attack 1, 2, 3 spaces. So the Oni Marauder is in it. Let's see, 16 or less. It's a 19, but she is the mage. And the mage class spent to reroll any die when casting a spell, convert AP to mana in active roll. So she failed it, but the rule says if attacked. And as said in my last video, as soon as attacked, which is the case here, this Oni Marauder, even if it was a failed hit roll, will disappear. Okay, with this, the heroes are looking a little bit better. And now, back to the hostiles' turn. The heroes having received their reaction points, and the hostiles do so too. Let's see what the spawn 2 tier 1 hostiles on the space whistle. It's getting really messy here. And they also get 2 activation points. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And now let's see. The Oni Marauder will activate first as per its behavior card. It will just turn a little bit and attack Nara. Nara will use her foresight, as will Anari. So with 2 attacks, offense of 14. These will be 2 hits, power 19, armor 6. These will be armor 3, these will be 2 wounds, so Nara will definitely dodge since there was no critical hit. She will dodge. She will not dodge. She will go to here and then will go down. And afterwards, Anari will not react, because now the Oni Marauder once again will react. And it will attack Anari this time, but I already think that this quest is over. 14 and 9, these are 2 hits. Armor only 3. With 2 twos, and Anari will go down. Anari will try to dodge. With a 15, yeah, this is immediately failed a second time.